define or teach a class. The purpose is to tell you the kind of philosophical approach to the caste system, okay? My main emphasis is, where did the Untouchables come from? That is my point I'm trying to come, okay? Untouchables obviously no place, because they are further down in the hierarchy of the caste, okay? Okay. If a Shudra hears the Vedas, his ears will be filled with molten lead. If he should utter the Vedas, his tongue should be chopped off. His body should be cut into pieces if he should commit to it memory. This is one of the Vedas. These are the things are written. So how do you expect a poor untouchable try to read or try to study or try to even think? There's no way you can think. And this is the basis on which the Hindu religion. So Hindu religion is nothing but caste system. Caste system and Hindu religion, one at the same. If I have that point come across, I think I've fulfilled my purpose. Okay. Now, coming back to the Hindu religion as to how the untouchables have been in that bottom. What is the status today? What are their status today? Is there an emancipation? How did it happen? When the British came, before that, let me go back to the Persians, the Muslims came. They came in the 9th century. One of the reasons, every time a foreigner came into India, he was able to invade the country so easily, because people are completely disintegrated. There is absolutely no unity. Because that is the dividing and rule is the name of the game of the Hindu religion. Okay, so whether Alexander the Great walked in, or the Muslims came in, or the British came in, they had absolutely no difficulty in conquering the country. As a matter of fact, in certain places, the one king invited the other guy from outside in order to run over the other kingdom. So they're fighting against each other. It was easy for a foreigner to conquer India. Muslims had no difficulty in conquering almost the whole India. So when they came in, obviously a number of untouchables converted to Islam, whether forcefully or because if I were living at that time, I would have jumped out of that and joined any religion. Better, I'm comparing one religion to other. I would have definitely gone any other religion other than Hindu religion. Okay. And again, by going into that religion, these people got benefit. First of all, they got dignity, because all said and done, Islam among all the religions, the one treats everybody equally, at least comparatively. Okay. Then came the British. They brought Christianity into India. There also again, some of the untouchables and the low caste Shudras converted to Christianity. But in order to gain benefits from the British, some of the Brahmins also converted to Christianity. And by going into Christianity, they also took their caste to some of them. So today we have different caste in Christianity. As a matter of fact, we have different churches for different castes. There are some churches where different castes sit in different places. So I call Indian Christianity as a modified Hinduism. And it is true. That is true. And even today, you can go to India and you can see different castes of different churches. Okay. But with all that, the British did help the untouchables They were able to recruit these people into their military. So there is a gradual up level movement, and education was given to these people, even though the Hindu religion prohibited these people from education. After British came, these people were able to get themselves educated. So the real breakthrough for these people came in 1891 when a soul was born in an untouchable community. When that boy was little, when he went to school, he was not allowed to sit with the rest of the class students. He had to sit at the back corner. He has to bring his own little piece of rag so he can sit on the floor. The teacher would not touch his notebook. He cannot drink water in the school till somebody would take the water and pour in his mouth. And if somebody is not available to pour water, he could not drink water for the whole day. But thank goodness there was a teacher who recognized this boy had extraordinary intelligence. Which was, the boy is not supposed to have intelligence. Because if you're untouchable, you have no brain. Because they saw to it you didn't have any brain. By preventing you from teaching at all, learning at all. But this teacher found this boy, such an enormous intelligence. So he talked to another benevolent, one of the small Maharajas. So before 1947, India had hundreds of little kingdoms. They called them Maharajas. There is one Maharaja happened to be a benevolent, a good person. So this teacher informed that Maharaja about this boy. So that Maharaja said, I will pay for his tuition. I will pay for his education. So he went through college, and then he sent him to New York City in 1913. He came here in 1913. 1916, he returned to England. Within 3 years, he obtained both his MA and PhD. When he left in 1916, he shipped 2,000 books back to India. And I believe the only place he spent his time is in the libraries. And I believe the librarian has to kick him out at the end of the day because he would not go out. He went back to England, got his DSc and Bharat Law. Went back to India, and he was supposed to serve that Maharaja because he spent money on him to come to the country. He went back, he landed in Bombay. From there he had to go to this 100-200 miles where this Maharaja kingdom was. He went there, he couldn't find a place to live because he was an untouchable. All his PhDs, MDs, DSc, Bharat Law didn't help him. So ultimately he had to lie to one of the like a boarding places, and he was able to get in. He went to his office. Everybody knew that untouchable is going to come to the office. So they had a rug, people to walk. They were waiting for this guy to walk in. They quickly rolled the rug out so he wouldn't pollute the rug. When he had to receive a paper, the office peon would throw the file at his desk. But whatever lies he made in his boarding place didn't last more than 10 days. They found out. They did not find out about his PhDs and DSCs and Bharat Laws, but they did find out that he was a born untouchable. The word born is the most important word. So there was a whole bunch of people standing in front of the boarding house with the long sticks. He was so afraid. So somehow he went through the back and packed his bag, ran away from the place. But there was no train till the end of the day, so he went to a park. I believe he worked for several hours, sitting there. If this is what happens to me, he was the highest educated person at that time in India. I think even now I can say he was one of the highest educated persons. What will happen? What will happen to